Hello magical friends, welcome to this video of a recording of my bushwalk for Imbolc. You can see that the tree with the yellow flowers, it's called a golden wattle, and it's one of the biggest indicators here in Brisbane that Imbolc has arrived. So this area that I've gone to for my bushwalk is just behind the car park of the train station where I catch the train every day to my mundane job. As I was walking along, I realized that I had just walked into a bat colony, and I never seen a bat colony before. It was quite early in the afternoon, and most of them were sleeping. That's what you can see on the branches, the little black hanging down, look like pods. There's a few flying around, but they were sleeping because it was the middle of the day. And the area that they had chosen for their colony was right above a little creek of moving water. And the water flowed out to a big duck pond, but I decided not to go that direction. I decided not to go to where the duck pond was, where all the families were in the park. I decided I'm going to go in the opposite direction. And as I moved out from where the bush was, where the bat colony was resting, it was quite bushy back there, but the direction that I was headed, the landscape started changing. So I followed the path, lots of reeds. It was quite a watery, nearly wetland area. And the reeds were huge. But I followed my instinct and kept going. The landscape opened right up. And as I was walking along the path, lots of butterflies were flying nearly directly at me, towards me on this path. It was beautiful. And I could hear the little trickle of water as I was walking along from where it was running off the wetland. And I came to a whole gathering of pines, and the pine trees were quite large, stretched all the way up towards the sky. It was big, and I greeted them. There were a family of kookaburras. I could hear them, but I couldn't find them. And I noticed this little area as I was walking along, kind of opened up where the pine trees were. And I was contemplating sitting down under the pine trees in this little area, and I saw something on the ground, and it was a black feather. But I felt like not to stop there, to keep going and keep listening to any messages that the nature spirits wanted to tell me. And then I came across this enormous wattle. It's one of the biggest ones I've ever seen in Brisbane. It was quite huge and exploding with golden colour. And you can see that the flowers are actually all little tiny yellow pom-pom shapes. And these are what they look like, the buds. These are the buds and what they look like before they open, which was a beautiful sign of Imbolc still emerging. I'm just walking along, looking at all the trees, so many pines, so many gum trees, and I could hear water running. And in this little opening, I could hear the water, but I couldn't see it. So I walked over to where I could see a ledge, and as I looked down the ridge, there it was. There was water, a little creek flowing behind all the trees at the bottom of the ledge. So I decided that I wasn't going to stop there either. I wanted to keep going and see what else there was. And then on this pine tree I noticed there were little red flowers, which I'd never seen on a pine tree before. And the flowers were just emerging. It was all so green, so beautiful. It was this enormous fern. It was huge. And it was so bright when the sun reflected on it. And next to it was a bottle brush. And this bottle brush tree actually had quite a lot of bottle brushes on it. And the bottle brush is a symbol of cleansing, of cleaning. And clean away all the old. Cleaning out the old energy. And a little further along was this tea tree, which smelled amazing. And the water flowed down behind. And I felt this is where I wanted to stop. I just stopped under this beautiful smelling tea tree. It smells amazing. And just having a moment here to connect with nature and my animal spirit guide, the Willy Wagtail, is just over in that tree over there. He's like flitting in between the leaves, this tree here, and he's flitting in between the leaves, being very cheeky. And just enjoying the beautiful weather. Like, look at that, look at the sky, it's stunning, beautiful weather. It's sunny, and there's a beautiful breeze, and you can feel that spring is on its way. And I'm going to be going to give myself a reading for Imbolc while I'm sitting under this stunning tea tree. It just smells so beautiful. And as I was looking up through the tea tree, I realized that I had a very special little visitor. My Willy Wagtail was flitting around in the branches right above my head. While on my walk today for Imbolc, I've been listening and watching for nature spirits, for their messages, and there's been a lot of families where the path led me split off into two directions, and one direction led to actual families at a park, and the other one, which is where I've followed, is still full of families of my spirit animal. It's been a family of bats, it's been a family of kookaburras, it's been families of pine trees, lots of family energy. It's also a little family of little jay birds here, little wrens, sorry. Blue jays and jenny wrens. So it's funny that the wrens are my mum's spirit animal and kookaburras are my daughter's spirit animal, and the Willy Wagtail is my spirit animal. It's all our family spirit animals in family groups. And I wonder if the spirits of nature are telling me to look into my family for very strong women, very strong-willed women, very, very strong-willed women, for the strength for the courage to go after what I want, to manifest what I want, to live a life of authenticity and truth like I want, the vision that I want for my life. I think that's the message from the nature spirits for this Imbolc. I grabbed some twigs and made an offering out of rose incense. And as my totem animal flitted around in circles around me, I dug my hands deep in the earth, and I asked what type of energy was brewing under the surface, what type of energy was about to burst forth. And I pulled a card from my Sacred Earth Oracle deck, and I pulled Specialization. And the message from Specialization is that there is a higher purpose to everything, but currently it is not clear. Something in your life is changing, and it is unsettling. Soon the pieces of the puzzle will start falling into place, and you will begin to find meaning in it. On contemplating this card, I noticed that the heart of this woman had flames coming out the top, but also seemed very rooted down into her solar plexus. She has a crescent moon underneath her, and butterflies are springing from her hands. What this says to me is that the intuitive message that was listened to about working on the solar plexus, the energy from that is going to be bursting through the heart chakra and create something new and beautiful that you feel passionate about. And I thank Spirit, because I was so grateful in that moment for the message I was receiving, as it completely lined up with the shadow work that I was doing over June and July. And as my ritual came to an end, I read this poem by Tony Salerno. Within the garden of your heart, a beautiful soul exists. That beautiful soul is you. This moment with no beginning or end or point of entry, no leaving, coming or going, just uncontainable life, unpredictable like these words, trying to express the inexpressible, like light flickering through clouds of illusion, like a flame glowing inside us in every leaf and blade of grass. For we are all flames of the sacred fire, burning our way through time and all that lies beyond it. We are this most sacred earth and air and water, the faint memory of an ancient sun that still glows inside us.